Hello, this is Katie with Homeschool Chat, and today we're going to talk about overwhelmed homeschool teachers and how to deal with it. Maybe you're overwhelmed, so we're going to talk about it. If you feel tired and stressed out being with your kids from the time that they wake up until the time that they go to bed at night, and you don't feel like you have any breaks, then this video is for you. One of the things that you need to do is you need to not be hard on yourself, because it's very easy as a homeschool teacher to think that homeschooling is bigger than you. It's very hard and you're doing the best you can, but you're not doing good enough. It's very easy to get into that and to be really, overwhelmed with being, for lack of a better term, on all the time, like being always available and always answering questions. So what you need to do is you need to take some time for yourself. And I know you're laughing right now because you have children that you're homeschooling, and if you leave them alone, then things happen that aren't right in your home. And also, there are kids that are just wonderful, but kids need their parents and they need their teachers and they have questions. When you're a parent and a teacher at home, you'll find that you go into another room and your children just follow you into the other room. So you have to start to create a little boundary for yourself, and you have to start to train your children to let you have a little bit of a break. What you need to start off with is a 5-minute break. And sometimes a 5-minute break is enough to get you through. If 5-minute breaks, maybe 3 to 4 times a day, everybody's different. I mean, some people get tired faster than other people. Some people need breaks more than others. But if you do 5-minute breaks 3 or 4 times a day and a lunch break where you can take a 10 or a 15-minute break, doing something that relaxes you and refreshes you, then you'll find that you can get all the way through from preschool to senior year of high school. So this is what you need to do. When your children are little and maybe they don't know how to be by themselves, or they don't know how to, I'm going to say this is going to be so, it's not proper to say this, but they don't leave you alone. What you want to do is you want to start off small and use the tools that you have at home. And the thing that I can think of right away that most everyone has is a phone. And their phone has apps on it and it has Google on it. And sometimes just not focusing on classes, not focusing on answering questions, not focusing on, I don't know, you name it. There's so many things that come up. Just for a moment, it can give you rest. So think of something that you like to do that gives you a 5-minute break. And that could be Pinterest. It could be scrolling through Facebook. It could be a game that you have on your phone that you can do for 5 minutes. It could be watching a little 5-minute video. And when you have preschool children, you can start to train them. So if you put yourself just outside of their, I'm going to call it a learning zone. It's usually the place like the kitchen table where their kids are studying. You're just off of where you would normally be. Like you might be sitting with them at the table, and you just, I don't know, pull up solitaire for just 5 minutes, and then every time your preschooler asks you a question, in fact, before you do that, you tell your preschooler, I'm going to take a break now. And then when your preschooler asks you a question or starts to ask you a question, you say that you're taking a break. Just be quiet. I'll be right back. I'm taking a break. And then you really truly just time yourself. You can even set an alarm so that's not a pressure for you to know what time it is. And you start like that. Over time, kids will start asking questions in that time period. You have to train your children. And for a preschooler, kindergartner, first grader, even a second grader, if nothing else works, you can always play the quiet game. And I've used that a lot. Actually, a master at the quiet game. My incentives for the children playing the quiet game were pretty big. I found at the time that um, I think I used quarters as incentive. If you can stay quiet for this long, I'll give you a quarter. but you use whatever it is that you want to. You can say, if you can be quiet for 5 minutes and not ask me questions, then you can have 5 minutes of game time on your end as the child. A child playing a game. You can do anything like that. Another thing that you can use as an incentive is for not just for break time, but for an incentive for different learning things is a treasure box, or you could call it, let's see, a reward box. You could call it anything you want, and put things in there that your children are interested in. And of course, as I'm saying this, you know exactly what that is. For some, it's jewelry. For some, it's little action figures. And as your children get older, that does not mean that reward box goes away. You just change the rewards, and it may be, as I was saying, game time for your student. They have a game that they like to play on their phone, or if they have a system that they like to play games on, you can give them game time. They can earn rewards of game time. So that's some ideas that I have. And another thing that you can do if you are not really into using your phone as a way to relax and to recharge, you can use your phone alarm and set your phone alarm for whatever your break is. It doesn't have to be 5 minutes, but 5 minutes has worked for me. 5 minutes, 3 to 4 times a day. You can set your phone alarm for 5 minutes, and you can go outside for just a little bit. Look at the sun. Well, don't look at the sun directly. Don't look at the sun directly, but you know what I mean. Sorry. But enjoy the sunshine. Smell the roses. And then come back in. Another thing that you can do is you can listen to a song that you like. You can use your phone to listen to a song. If you like to crochet, you can spend 5 minutes crocheting. If it's something that relaxes you and rejuvenates you, do that thing. You can even do 5 minutes of gardening. You can go out to your rose bush and deadhead the roses and then you've got 5 minutes of gardening in. So use your imagination and use your family, how do I say this? How your family works. You know what's best for your family and you know what's best for you. But take some time to recharge. Now, the other thing is to take a 10 to 15 minute break at lunchtime, so the lunch break. And again, you will train your children to be able to leave you alone for that period of time. And with older kids, you don't have to train them, you just ask them. But with younger kids, you kind of do need to train them. But that 10 to 15 minutes gives you just a little bit more time to relax so that you can come back to the school setting and be the best you that you can be. Let me see if I have anything else here. I wrote a few little notes here. Oh, where you take your break. So in my house, the only place that was private for me was the bathroom. So I would on purpose, I'm kind of a little ashamed to admit it, but on purpose go into the bathroom and I would think, I just want to read an article. I just want to read an article or part of an article. And I would take my magazine into the bathroom and just sit on the floor and read it. And sometimes I would take a candy bar with me. And I'd shut the door because it's the bathroom, right? You get privacy. But maybe your household is completely different. You can use your laundry room for a private room where you can be by yourself to be quiet if you are one of those people. I like some quiet time. You can go and be on the porch and sit on the porch for a little while. Maybe you have a porch swing that's really fun. You can use your den or your study. You get the picture. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I wrote something down here. Start slow. Stay in the room with your students if you need to, like if they're little and you're trying to train them to give you 5 minutes. And no interruptions of your 5 minutes. So that's what we were talking about. Telling your student, I'm not to be bothered right now. Let's see. That's about it. So I hope this helped, and have a blessed day.